Hello, may channel say that in the glittering yet treacherous world of Los Angeles high society, where fortunes rise and fall like the tides of Malibu Beach, few stories capture the raw pulse of human frailty quite like those unfolding on the bold and the beautiful. For over 3 decades, this iconic daytime drama has woven a tapestry of passion, betrayal, and redemption, drawing millions into its web of forbiddance, romances, and vengeful schemes. Today, on October 29, 2025, as the autumn leaves swirl in a crisp reminder of fleeting stability, our channel dives deep into one of the most electrifying arcs gripping viewers, the tangled fates of Taylor Hayes, Deacon Sharp, Sheila Carter Sharp, and the ever-watchfully Finnegan. It's a saga laced with whispered confessions, stolen glances, and the chilling specter of murder narrative so potent it threatens to unravel the fragile peace Taylor has so painstakingly rebuilt. Picture this, the sun-dappled hills of Beverly Hills, where opulent mansions hide secrets darker than midnight. Taylor Hayes Forrester, portrayed with crystalline intensity by Rebecca Budig, has long been the epitome of poised elegance, a psychiatrist whose scalpel-sharp mind dissects the souls of the elite. Once entangled in the eternal love quadrangle with Rich Forrester and Brooke Logan, Taylor has emerged from those flames reborn, focusing on her career and her children, Steffi and Thomas. But redemption, in the world of B&B, is never a straight path. Enter Deacon Sharp Sean Kanan, channeling a brooding charisma that could melt steel, the reformed bad boy whose history is a ledger of bad decisions and improbable second chances. Recently married to the infamous Sheila Carter Sharp Kimberlin Brown, whose portrayal of villainy is as iconic as it is terrifying, Deacon finds himself adrift in a marriage built on quicksand. And at the eye of this storm, a professional obligation that blurs into something perilously personal, Deacon's therapy sessions with none other than Taylor Hayes. It all began innocently enough, or as innocently as anything can in the Forrester Logan universe. Deacon, reeling from a cascade of marital betrayals, sought solace in therapy. Sheila's latest indiscretion, her secret knowledge of Luna Nozoa's survival and involvement in the tragic deaths of Tom Starr and Hollis shattered the trust he'd painstakingly rebuilt. Luna, that enigmatic young woman whose actions sent ripples of devastation through Deacon's life, had been shielded by his wife. How could he forgive that? In the dimly lit confines of Taylor's office, with its leather-bound books and the faint scent of chamomile tea meant to soothe frayed nerves, Deacon poured out his anguish. "She chose her over me, Doc," he confessed in one heart-wrenching session, his voice cracking like thunder on the horizon. Taylor, ever the professional, nodded empathetically, her blue eyes reflecting the pain she knew all too well from her own fractured romances. But beneath that clinical facade, something stirred a spark, faint at first, like embers in a dying fire. As weeks turned into a whirlwind of escalating drama, that spark ignited into a blaze. Viewers tuned in breathlessly on October 13, 2025, when a preview clip teased the unthinkable, Deacon, torn between loyalty and longing, leaning into Taylor's embrace. It wasn't just a hug, it was a lifeline, a moment of raw vulnerability captured in the soft glow of Taylor's office lamp. "I need you," Deacon murmured, his hands lingering on her shoulders a beat too long, their faces inches apart, breaths mingling in the charged air. The camera lingered, hearts pounding in sync with the swelling orchestral score, as the almost kiss hung like a guillotine blade. Fans erupted on social media, with one ex-user tweeting, "Oop." Sheila peeps Taylor and Deacon hugging, bold and beautiful, capturing the collective gasp of anticipation. Indeed, Sheila did peep, and the fallout has been nothing short of cataclysmic. Sheila Carter Sharp, the scarlet siren of soaps, has clawed her way from the depths of irredeemable villainy to a fragile perch of domesticity. Married to Deacon in a ceremony that blended gothic romance with shotgun wedding urgency, Sheila swore she'd turn a page. No more shootings, no more kidnappings, just love, redemption, and perhaps a dash of normalcy at El Giardino, their bustling Italian restaurant. But old habits die hard, especially when jealousy rears its hydra head. Sheila's paranoia didn't erupt in a vacuum. It was fueled by her own confessions to Lee Finnegan Naomi Matsuda. The no-nonsense doctor whose unlikely friendship with Sheila has become one of 2025's most intriguing subplots. Over steaming cups of herbal tea in Lee's impeccably organized kitchen, a stark contrast to the chaotic whirlwind of Sheila's life feed to women bonded over their shared devotion to Luna. Lee, ever the voice of reason, listened as Sheila unloaded her fears. "You saw them, Lee," Sheila hissed in the October 27th episode, her eyes wild with a mix of hurt and fury, voice dropping to a venomous whisper that sent chills down spines. Deacon and that woman Taylor Hayes locked in an embrace that screamed betrayal. "If she crosses that line, if she dares to sink her claws into my husband, I'll kill her. I swear it on everything I hold dear." The words hung in the air like smoke from a smoldering fuse, Lee's face paling as she processed the threat. Was this bluster born of a wounded heart, or the harbinger of Sheila's infamous dark side resurfacing? Lee, torn between loyalty to her new confidant and the ethical imperative of her Hippocratic oath, issued a stern warning. "Sheila, that's not just anger talking. That's a promise you can't take back." But deep down, Lee knows better. Sheila's history is a blood-soaked scroll of attempted murders, fake deaths, and a body count that rivals any primetime thriller. As one ex-post poignantly noted, Sheila tells Lee flat out that if anything happened between Taylor and Deacon, she would kill Taylor. Well, isn't that touching? Bold and beautiful. To understand the depth of this powder keg, one must rewind to the labyrinthine history binding these characters. Taylor Hayes first graced our screens in 1990, a beacon of sophistication amid the Logan's fiery chaos. Her on-again, off-again saga with Ridge Forrester spanned decades, marked by plane crashes, comas, and resurrections that would make Lazarus blush. Taylor's strength lay in her intellect, her ability to heal others even as her own heart bled. But Ridge's perennial waffling pull between Taylor's icy grace and Brooke's volcanic passion left scars that time barely mended. By 2025, Taylor had retreated into her psychiatric practice, a sanctuary where she could mend minds without the mess of her own romantic entanglements. Enter Deacon, the wildcard whose own backstory is a masterclass in redemption arcs gone awry. Deacon Sharp burst onto be and be in 2000 as Brooke's ill-fated lover, fathering Hope Logan in a moment of tequila-fueled indiscretion that still echoes through family trees. His path to villainy included drugging Ridge, faking deaths, and a stint in prison that hardened his edges but never dulled his charm. Yet, beneath the rogue exterior beats a heart yearning for legitimacy. Marrying Sheila in 2024 was his boldest gambling union of two survivors betting on mutual salvation. Sheila, with her 8 toes and a rap sheet longer than ECVS receipt, saw in Deacon a mirror of her own battered soul. Their wedding, officiated amid fireworks and whispered doubts, symbolized hope against the odds. But Luna's shadow loomed large. The young woman's accidental killing steed inexorably to Sheila's protective lease exposed the fault lines in their bond. Deacon, who prided himself on building Aiel Giardino from the ground up as a testament to his clean slate, felt utterly betrayed. "You lied to my face, Sheila," he roared in a September 30th episode, the camera capturing the veins bulging in his neck, the raw agony twisting his features. "Luna destroyed live stems. Hollis and you shielded her. What about us?" In the wake of this revelation, Deacon's therapy sessions with Taylor became his confessional. What started as clinical detachment evolved into something intoxicatingly human. Taylor, drawing from her own well of relational wreckage, offered insights that pierced Deacon's armor. "Love isn't blind loyalty, Deacon," she advised gently in an October 20th recap, her hand brushing his in a gesture meant to comfort but igniting unseen fires. "It's choosing someone who chooses you back. Every day." Deacon's eyes, stormy with conflict, locked onto hers, and in that suspended moment, the room crackled with unspoken electricity. Fans sensed it immediately. As one recap noted, Deacon Sharp turns to Taylor Hayes for comfort and advice as his marriage to Sheila Carter begins to implode. Their connection deepened with each session shared laughs over. Coffee that ran long into the evening, walks along the beach where waves crashed like metaphors for their turbulent emotions. By October 28th, the tension peaked Taylor, trashing Brooke's endless drama to Deacon in a rare lapse of professionalism, leaned in too close. Their lips hovered, a breath away from catastrophe, as the theme music swelled to a fever pitch. "We can't," Taylor whispered, pulling back, but the damage was done. The spark had become a conflagration. Meanwhile, across town in the sterile glow of Lee Finnegan's medical office, the undercurrents of danger swirled. Lee, the steadfast surgeon whose life has been appended by family scandals from Finn's entanglement with Steffi to Poppy Nozawa's web of deceithus, unexpectedly become Sheila's anchor. Their bond, forged in the fires of Luna's resurrection, a plot twist that saw the presumed dead teen emerge alive and unapologetic, is a rare oasis of female solidarity on a show dominated by rivalry. Lee's pragmatic demeanor tempers Sheila's volatility. In a July 22nd episode, they connected deeply over Luna's miracle survival. Lee's voice steady as she recounted medical miracles that echoed Sheila's own improbable escapes from death. But this friendship now teeters on a knife's edge. Sheila's vow to Lee if Deacon and Taylor were together. "I'd kill her" was no idle threat. As Lee pressed, her face a mask of concern, Sheila's eyes gleamed with that familiar, unhinged fervor. "It's not blowing off steam, Lee," one viewer astutely observed on X. You saw that in her face. Lee's warning fell on deaf ears, but her internal conflict bruised. Spoilers hint that Lee might betray Sheila's confidence, confronting Taylor directly to avert disaster. Imagine the scene, Lee storming into Taylor's office, her white coat flapping like a cape of justice, voice urgent. "You have no idea the monster you've awakened. Back away from Deacon or you'll regret it." The drama doesn't exist in isolation. It reverberates through the Forrester empire, where fashion reigns supreme but emotions run the runway. Hope Logan Annika Noel, Deacon's daughter and the linchpin of the Hope for the Future relaunch, is caught in her own romantic maelstroming to Liam Spencer Scott Clifton in a twist that blindsided fans on October 27th. Yet, even as she shares joyous news with the Logan sisters, Hope's thoughts drift to her father. Teaming with her half-brother Deke Sharp Harrison Cohn, Hope ambushes Deacon on October 29th, pleading, "Dump Sheila, Dad." She's poison. Deke, the artistic prodigy whose designs are breathing new life into Hope's line, adds fuel. Taylor's the real deal stable, smart. Sheila's just chaos. Their intervention, set against the backdrop of Forrester Creations' bustling atelier, underscores the generational rift. Brooke Logan Forrester Catherine Kelly Lang, ever the meddlesome matriarch, weighs into her history with Deacon a tangled knot of regret. Taylor's playing with fire, Brooke warrants in a heated exchange, her eyes flashing with that signature Logan fire. But Taylor, undeterred, counters by eviscerating Brooke's own romantic flip-flops, a moment of unfiltered venom that left viewers cheering. Rich Forrester Torsten K. Taylor's eternal flame lurks on the periphery, his outrage simmering like a storm cloud. Spoilers tease an eruption, Rich confronting Taylor, his voice a gravelly thunder. Deacon Sharp? Of all people. Have you lost your mind? The irony bites Deepridge, who left Taylor for Brooke yet again, now policing her heart. Their face-off promises to dredge up ghosts, the Paris accident that killed Taylor, her miraculous return, the custody battles over Phoebe's memory. As one ex-thread pondered, Taylor again using Brooke to work her way right to Deacon. Are they going to kiss? They were so close. The answer, teased for November sweeps, is a resounding maybe. The fallout could shatter alliances long thought unbreakable. Yet, amid the glamour and grit, the true terror lies in Sheila's unraveling. Her jealousy isn't mere pettiness. It's a volcano primed to erupt. Having spied that fateful hug on October 13th, Sheila's nights are haunted by visions of Taylor's poised smile, Deacon's adoring gaze. She paces A.L. Giardino's empty dining room after hours, the clink of wine glasses echoing her fractured thoughts. "He's mine," she mutters to shadows, fingers tracing the knife edge of a steak blade. Her reformation hangs by a thread as recent episodes illustrate. Sheila's love for Deacon is her tether to sanity, but threat of loss could snap it violently. Spoilers whisper of darker deeds, Sheila targeting Taylor's heart, perhaps inducing a medical crisis that lands the psychiatrist in Lisa. Imagine the horror Taylor collapsing mid-session, clutching her chest. Deacon's face a mask of terror as paramedics swarm. Is it poison in her tea? A tampered brake line on her sleek sedan. Sheila's methods are as creative as they are lethal. Deacon, for his part, is a man divided, his admiration for Taylor blooming like a forbidden rose. You make me feel. Scene, he admits in a vulnerable October 27th exchange, wiping tears from her cheek, their proximity electric. Yet loyalty nods at him. Sheila's texts come home, my love. We can fix this tug at his heartstrings, a siren's call amid the tempest. Taylor, sensing the precipice, draws boundaries on October 29th. This ends now, Deacon. I'm your doctor, not your destiny, but words are wind. The pole is magnetic, inevitable. As Thanksgiving approaches on November 27th, with its promise of forced family gatherings and simmering resentments, the stakes skyrocket. Deacon shares a holiday meal with Sheila, but whispers suggest Taylor's shadow looms large, perhaps a surprise visit from Hope and Deke, or Rich crashing the feast with accusations flying. Lee's potential snitching adds another layer. Will she alert authorities or confront Sheila in a bid to save her soul? Fans speculate wildly. So will Lee run to Taylor and Deacon to rat out her partner in crime BFF Sheila? One ex-user queried, echoing the buzz. In this maelstrom, Taylor's fate teeters on a razor's edge. Is she the Kami of Deacon's storm, or the catalyst for High's and her downfall? Sheila's vow isn't hyperbole, it's a death sentence scrawled in lipstick on a mirror. Of course Sheila means it when she says she would kill Taylor, another viewer affirmed. As boundaries blur and temptations flare, one thing is crystal clear. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, love is the ultimate weapon, and Taylor Hayes is squarely in its crosshairs. But let's peel back the layers further, for this isn't just a fleeting flirtation, it's a symphony of psychological warfare. Taylor's sessions with Deacon delve into Freudian depths, unearthing buried traumas that mirror her own. Deacon recounts his prison years, the isolation that forged his resilience, and Taylor listens, her own memories of institutionalization that harrowing death into thousands to bubbling to the surface. We survivors recognize each other, she says softly, a shared scar tissue binding them. This intellectual intimacy terrifies Sheila, who views Taylor not as healer, but as homewrecker. Her stalking escalates, tailing Deacon's car through rain-slicked streets, peering through office blinds like a ghost from her past. One chilling sequence has Sheila in disguise, scarf-wrapped silhouette in the shadows, whispering threats to herself. Touch him again, doctor, and you'll join the others I've buried. The ripple effects extend to the younger generation, where Luna's shadow lingers like a curse. Hope, fresh from her engagement glow, confronts her father with tears in her eyes. Dad, Sheila's lies almost destroyed us. Taylor's the light you deserve, Deke sketching feverishly in the corner, nods fervently, his designs infused with the chaos of his heritage. Even Bill Spencer Don Diamond, that silver-haired schemer, gets wind of the drama, sharing good news with Liam that hints at corporate meddling, perhaps leveraging Spencer publications to expose Sheila's threats. Katie Logan Heather Tom, ever the fierce aunt, fights for custody of Luna's baby, her courtroom battles intersecting with the Sharp family implosion in ways that promise explosive crossovers. Ridge's involvement adds patriarchal thunder. Storming Taylor's office, he slams his fist on her desk. Deacon, the man who drugged me. You're better than this, Taylor. Fire in her veins, retorts with years of pent-up fury, and you're the king of fidelity. Go back to Brooke. Ridge and lead me to my life. Their argument, laced with callbacks to the Monaco scandal and Phoebe's tragic death, is a tour de force of emotional archaeology, leaving both shattered and viewers riveted. As November looms, with its holiday cheer masking familial knives out, the question burns, will Deacon succumb to the spark with Taylor, igniting Sheila's wrath? Or will Lee's intervention or a timely arrest defuse the bomb? Spoilers tease a wild downfall for Sheila, her empire crumbling under the weight of jealousy. Taylor, boundaries be damned, feels the pull too. In a quiet moment alone, she traces Deacon's number on her phone, temptation whispering like wind through willows. Dear viewers, Taylor's fate is indeed engraved in a deadly tango where one misstep could end in tragedy. But that's the allure of the bold and the beautiful. In the clash of hearts, no one emerges unscathed. Tune in daily as this epic unfolds, where therapy turns to temptation, friendship to betrayal, and love to lethal intent. What do you think will Taylor survive Sheila's storm? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more updates on the bold and the beautiful.